a little later than we thought we'd begin, but just when you think you're in control of life, comes the weather, maybe in some parts of the country, and things start getting delayed, and it just is a little beyond our management. So I do apologize once again, but we are now ready. Thank you very much for making it here this morning. We have a terrific high table. We'll get to them in a second, but if I can be allowed a few seconds at the top. We do live, if you think about it, in a magnificent country, incredible country, and that's why I suppose they call it Incredible India. Because just when you think that maybe darkness is overwhelming light and chaos is getting the better of order, comes from somewhere a beacon of light, a ray of hope, a light at the end of the tunnel, whichever way you want to put it. And to me, I think it's not personal, I'm sure many of you share the sentiment, the creation and hopefully now the execution of this fantastic property called the Toyota University Cricket Championship is exactly that. It's taking us back into a time where university cricket was reigning supreme. It was the biggest thing in the country. That's where all the players came from, or most of them at any rate. But of course, cricket has evolved over the years, and we're now no longer going to the past. In a sense, we're going back to the future. And there are many bright, hopeful faces who will make this championship perhaps the finest, or certainly one of the most coveted in our land. But that's to be seen, that's to follow. We hope that all of you will spare time and attention, thought, energy, and viewing time for the Toyota University Cricket Championship, because it promises so much, and it will contain so much enthusiasm and zeal, and it would be great if all of us get caught up with all this and be a part of it. It also does share the distinction, or has the distinction, of being very heavily supported and endorsed by the AIU, the All India University Board. It also has the blessings of the Human Resources Development Ministry, which is a very important part, because I think the machinery of the country also realizes what kind of a journey we're embarking on. And of course, very importantly, under the circumstances, the blessings of the Board of Control of Cricket in India, which is the key really, because all these players who will be showcasing their enormous talent during the Toyota University Cricket Championship would like for it to be noticed by those who care and those who take the game forward. So it's all good. It's all happening very soon. But before that, we have a very special launch function today here in this beautiful setting of the Taj Land's End, where it's getting a little hot and humid, excuse me. But this has to do with a three-part agenda, and which is why we're all here today. Very quickly, of course, we have the declaration today of, well, there are brand ambassadors, and there are brand ambassadors, and there are brand ambassadors. And of course, once in a while comes along one of the most fantastic fits of brand ambassadorship, and we'll get to that in a second. We're truly grateful to our Toyota University Cricket Championship brand ambassador. We also have the launch, which is the most important, I suppose, audio-visual part of this morning, of the anthem of the Toyota University Cricket Championship. There are 4 enormously gifted musicians and lyricists who are with us. We'll introduce them in a second, and they have collaborated on what should hopefully enter our brains and our heart as we go along and hear and unveil the anthem as we go along. So if we can very quickly, and of course, how can I forget, the finale in a sense would be the introduction to the 8 teams who have made the grade for the first ever Toyota University Cricket Championship. Can you imagine the sense of history that will go along with these boys and their entire team, their universities, the entire universe connected to this wonderful championship? So we'll get to that last. Let's begin with some introductions. To my left first. It's one of those things where typically I can get out of this by saying that, need no introduction, but let's do this. Ehsan, one of the finest guitarists and musicians in the country. Loy, whom I've known for donkey's years on the keyboards. Loy, thank you for being here. And of course, I don't know what to say, so let me just say the voice of the nation, Shankar. Fantastic. Wonderful to have you here. But of course, all the music at times needs some very clever words, some very deep, meaningful words, useful words that truly take us where we want to go. And Prasoon Joshi, you've done that so many times. Wonderful to have your company to have done that again. I mentioned this whole business of brand ambassadorial fit, and in many ways, what a fit. Wasim Akram, thank you very much for being here. and taking this whole project forward with your presence, with your guile, with your ability, with your skill, which I hope you'll share with a lot. I mean, every once in a while in the cricketing world you hear, मेरा सब कुछ ठीक हो गया और मैं ये कर रहा हूँ वो कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि वसीम भाई ने मुझे मदद की थी. Thank you for your generosity. बहुत लोग आपकी मदद के लिए रुके हुए हैं.
Thank you.
And of course the whole project, much as it has a lot of work going behind, needs that driver, needs that final force to put it all together. And there we have the presence today of the Deputy MD and COO of Toyota Kirloskar Motors, Sandeep Singh. Thank you so much for picking it up, giving it life, and taking it forward. We're also very grateful, of course, to the Senior General Manager, MRF, Vijay Arora. Thank you so much. I know your company has done an enormous amount in the sport. This is a very important aspect. We are unfortunately not blessed with the presence today of the Zonal Vice President of Coca-Cola, Durgesh Telang, who was meant to be here. Perhaps since it's getting hot and humid, he had a lot of work to do to make sure Coke's distributed around the country, so he couldn't be here right now. But thank you, Coca-Cola. And right at the end, of course, my very good friend, who we'll have a little chat with later, Harsh Bhogle. Thanks so much. So as you can see, the two sides are well taken care of. Okay. Wasim, if I can have the pleasure of beginning with you, just a few thoughts to begin with. On an average, I'm told, by good authority, he gets about, I must get this figure right, 48 offers a day about association, about ambassadorship, about can you do this for us, can you do that for us. And of course, he can only pick maybe one or two in a year. So it's a very significant thing that he has chosen, and we thank you, to be the brand ambassador of the Toyota University Cricket Championship. Your first thought when you were approached with this?
I met Pinoy, that was, I think, game against Pakistan in Chennai about 3-4 weeks ago, and he mentioned this. And I remember when I started playing cricket for Pakistan, even before when I was in my college, first year of my college, there used to be a Pakistan Universities team in the first class cricket, Quaid-e-Azam Trophy. I think they scrapped it in 86-87. But it's so important, this college cricket, school cricket, and then of course the university cricket. With this sort of league and with this sort of exposure, I think, in my opinion, eventually India will get some new talent and some new player and some new way to find players. And that actually is the right way to promote the game itself. So well done everyone who has been involved in this this event. I think it'll be, and for the boys, the players who will be playing this, they'll get the exposure, they get the confidence, they'll be on television, so you can see their true talent as well. And then if you want to actually, later on, if any young player comes up, upcoming player, we can actually coach them and tell them exactly how to do. On the way, I'll be doing that as well, meeting these boys and explaining them what to do.
What were your thoughts when the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy was, in a sense, disbanded, if you can use that term, because you were at that point ripe for participation then, and did you feel, well, we've been robbed here, or did you feel, well, it's past its time?
I think it's just the cricket board realized, they thought at the time it's not worth it, but I thought it was very worth it. Imagine young university playing first class cricket one season. How much they will be improved as a cricketer. But I think now at least we're coming back here in India, hopefully Pakistan will pick it up from here as well, that to invest your time and money into school, college and university cricket, and it's a great start.
Well, I can assure you that in India it was massive university cricket, and perhaps it's time now for its regeneration. But a final thought, I mean, we have, if you have good time, we'll get 100 thoughts, but a final thought for the moment. Is there qualitatively, in your opinion, a difference in the mental abilities of somebody who's been through college, through university, played hard cricket there, in terms of strategizing, in terms of leadership, in terms of truly understanding what the sport, the life of cricket is all about, than those who unfortunately may not have gone through a college or university system?
That is a proper procedure. I mean, I played for my school, then I got picked up. I wasn't a great student, guys, so, I got picked up in my college as a cricket, I was a good cricketer. And then I did that, routine as well. I didn't play first year, they didn't pick me up the first year of my college. I was the 12th man. I think my captain was a left-arm bowler, so he made sure I stayed outside. But yeah, it was. But again, these boys are getting great opportunity. It will definitely improve their cricket, and I think improve them as a person as well. And that the confidence they will get with this tournament.
That's such a key statement, because I was hoping you would say that, because there is a significant improvement in terms of character building when you go through the normal academic process of college and university, and with some bright boys at the back who I hope are listening to all of this, because you are epitomizing all of that. Wasim, We're going to carry on and hopefully come back to you, or maybe we'll open it up to others. But then, of course, it might take all day. And it's already becoming very hot and humid, so if you don't mind. It's the only one, by the way, no more. Okay. Well, you can hear somewhere. I can breathe again. Okay, Mumbai, you got the better of me. Sandeep, Vijay, you're stronger people than I am, so you can keep it on if you like.
Covering myself from many sides.
Let's move on to what a lot of us have been waiting for, and I must confess I have too been waiting, because I have not been privy to what we're about to see, because it is truly something special. I can give you a little about it that's written in front of me, but I'd rather those who did it, those who conceived it, those who thought of it, talk a little before we unveil the most important part of this morning. So Prasoon, if we can begin with you. I mean, I'm sure you had a brief, but much more importantly, you had thoughts in your head. And just a couple of things before we get to unveiling the anthem, which may not give too much away, but a little bit of information about your inspiration, should we say.
Yeah, first I want to just tell the students that, well, he was not a good student does not mean all bad students become good cricketers. So just don't take it like that. This anthem, when Dr. Roy called me and expressed that this is what they're doing, I've heard about university cricket and that they are going ahead, and brands like Toyota and Coca-Cola are coming forward, promote, and Shah Rukh is there, and I felt that this is something which really is required, because we live in a country where we say, khiloge kudoge to banoge kharab. That perception of a country where sports is not, it is at the fringe. I think a lot of promotion is required, so that the parents do not see sports as waste of time. And right from the beginning, at the inception, at the fountainhead, if you start promoting it, it can't become just a career option for 11 players. It has to become much more than that. We can say that we have gully cricket and all that, and we keep feeling proud of it, but if it does not lead us anywhere, it does not lead towards a culture which is a culture of sports, we will always keep lamenting that we don't have sports in this country. So when he shared that there is this anthem which is required and I should conceive it and write it, and when he told me further down, then Shankar and Anil Loy are doing that. I mean, they are like very, very close soulmates of mine, and we just love working together. And third thing that it is we will rock you is that we have to build on something which is a worldwide big phenomena as a song. So I really got excited, and I know I was taking a flight to New York, and I started writing on the flight. By the time I landed there in the hotel, and I then started messaging Dr. Roy and started sending
He called me at 2 a.m.
I said this is what the thought is, and I knew that Shankar will immediately lap it up and take it up somewhere else, and that's exactly what happened after that. And I can probably recite a few lines if you or you want to.
Well, yeah, popular opinion says yes, so who am I? Okay. So let's have one key line or two.
Okay. So that's how it goes, no? So what we have done is, लड़के हैं हम, धड़के हैं हम, गलियों को छोड़ के आ गए हैं अब मेन रोड पे, तो छोड़ दे मैदान, किया है ऐलान, छीन के ले लेंगे अपना आसमान, अब हमारी बारी है, जीत की तैयारी है, we will rock you. We will rock you.
Yeah, all right, thank you, folks. That's what we want, some warm applause. Thanks for it. Prasoon, fabulous job, and of course we'll see it soon. But if I can quickly switch to Shankar. Shankar, in a sense, of course, we will rock you, whatever, we will rock you by Queen is such an incredible and worldwide anthem. That was it a challenge to, in a sense, I'm hoping, I know, better it?
No, I don't think you can better it. What we can do is we can do our own interpretation, and that was the idea. And I think this is the biggest anthem ever. And thank God, they got the rights for it. It was very difficult to get the rights, and got the rights. And I think it's really going to work all the people, because this is something that everybody can sing, and the whole
tagline of the campaign, "Ab hamari bari hai," just fits in like a T. "Ab hamari bari hai, we will rock you." So it just fits in over there. And we made it more interesting, by adding a little more percussions than, as it is, it's a very percussive song. We've added a lot of, like trash cans and stuff like that, which is, it makes it very rusty, very earthy, and very powerful, I guess.
Without question. I mean, but of course, we're looking forward to the voice, which is the most powerful ingredient, with due respect to the other two. And I say quickly enough before Loy says, "Oh, excuse me, what do you mean? It's the keyboards that are the key." Yeah, Loy, your turn.
It was my day off. There's no keyboards on this one. So I sat out on this one. But I did a lot of the programming that was involved in it. And as you know, it's a global anthem. It's so basic and so primal and so beautiful. And it has this very inner force is kind of dying to burst. That's the whole vibe of the song. And we kind of just basified it a little bit, if that's the right term, I don't know. But I think we have, and I hope you guys like it. Let's see how it goes.
Of course we will, yeah. And by the way, you're looking more and more and more like a big-time rock musician as you go along. I mean, so
you've always been there.
You're looking more and more. Looking more the part.
Can't afford the head eye anymore, so keep it the way it is.
Son, listen, everybody loves music. I know you may have also had an off day, so let's not go there. But everybody loves music, loves the whole riff business here. So did you develop a couple of things that are
Well, actually,
new?
I pretty much played what was on the earlier Queen song, which was just a lot of powerhouse guitar. Interestingly, this song was composed by Queen to be played in stadiums as a stadium rock song. And in fact, the term stadium rock has started with "We Will Rock You." And it's completely the apt song for these guys from university who are going to be like suddenly you were relegated to one little column in the Times of India or something where you didn't see anything, you probably didn't even read it. Now you're going to be the rock stars right in the middle of everything, and you have all this huge media behind you. So you guys really have to rock. It's a responsibility that's on you guys.
Thodi baat cricket bhi khelne na kabhi. All right. Now this whole hot and rock and stadium rock and what have you. I promised it was only the blazer. Well, I beg your pardon, yeah, because it's kind of okay.
How far are we going to go?
That's me to know and you to find out. We'll see how it goes. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now, I think, ready. We're primed for what I hope will be all of what has been said. This incredible stadium rock anthem that all of us will learn and to accept and love, not only because of the people behind it and the tournament that it is the anthem for, but just in its sheer quality. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, here we are. Ab hamari bari hai.
को छोड़ा गए हैं अब मेन रोड पे तो छोड़ के मैदान किया है ऐलान जीत के भी ले लेंगे आसमान हमारी बारी है जीत की तैयारी है पैरों को पटक निकल पड़े हम हैं धुल की औलाद रखना ये याद हम होंगे यहाँ आज के बाद हमारी बारी है जीत की तैयारी है
Okay. Okay, that was because I said so. But, But if you like, and you know, people power is always the #1 power in the world.